ask you this. Why is it every day I get on my phone or my iPad, and it seems like at some point during the day, I'm gonna see somebody getting their ass kicked. Every day. Like, I be wondering, how do people got their phones out at the exact time people would get knocked out? You know, because I honestly, I never see people get knocked out.
Welcome to Pegasus vs. the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy! City boy!
All right, we're back. Checking out Gary Owen. I love this dude's comedy. Now, the 3 reactions I've done on this channel, I think the first one was the one about him having a mixed race family, then Black Twitter, and then your Instagram alter ego. Yo, this dude is nice with it. So I'm just continuing watching a couple of these clips. You know, we do little rabbit holes and move on. I feel like right now, a lot of the channel I've been checking out, Jeff Dunham pretty wildly. The blue collar comedy homies, Gary Owen. You know, I've been trying to do more Chappelle stuff, but a lot of the other stuff, there's a lot of stuff that gets blocked, you know? So, you know, I try to mix it up. I wanted to do more Gabriel Iglesias, but I don't know if he just did a deal like a audio deal with The Orchard, but The Orchard Music keeps claiming all his videos. So it just makes things it's kind of interesting trying to do reactions, you know what I'm saying? I want to do more Cat Williams. It just is what it is, man. You get what you get on the YouTubes. People want me to do more SNL, and their shit gets blocked. Like the ones I did. Anyways, here we are. Gary Owen from Last Society's channel. Please go check them out. Most of their content is reactor friendly. Not all of it. Some of it's gotten blocked or copyrights. But for the most part, there's a solid chunk of their stuff that's reactor friendly. So I appreciate that. Regardless, show love to the original content creator. That's Gary Owen. And let's get things moving and shaking. I'm Black Pegasus. If you want to check out some of my other work or channels, link in the description. And let's get things rolling. This is The Internet Scares Me by Gary Owen.
Let me ask you this. Why is it every day I get on my phone or my iPad, and it seems like at some point during the day, I'm gonna see somebody getting their ass kicked. Every day. Like, I be wondering, how do people got their phones out at the exact time people would get knocked out? You know, because I honestly, I never see people get knocked out in real life, and I'm happy about that. I must be hanging out in the right areas. I'm good with that, you know? Because, you know, every time I see somebody get knocked out on the internet, first thing that goes to my brain is, hope that dude ain't got no kids. Especially when it's a dude, like, I hope that dude ain't got no kids, man. I mean, honestly, can you imagine being a dad and you get knocked out and somebody films it and that shit goes viral? Your kids ain't listening to you no more. What the hell you gonna tell your son? Hey, be home at 9 o'clock. Oh, you awake now, Dad?
Yo, that was crazy. I never even thought of that because I've seen some dudes get knocked out. But this is in the golden era before cell phones. You know, when we were going to clubs and fools were fighting outside. And there was less shooting when I was younger, but there was more shooting. So my generation did shoot at the point where the generation before was like, man, these kids can't fight. They only shoot. But we shot way less than this generation. The Gen Z kids are insane, bro. They're like, if you go look at violent crime statistics in America, it is insane. Long story short, he got a point. But I've seen many of people get knocked out. I've seen people get knocked out in the streets. I literally was just in Thailand. I filmed fools getting knocked out in these Muay Thai boxing ring. That's on the channel. I've seen people get knocked out in boxing events. Seen people get knocked out in MMA events and seen it in the streets. And I actually filmed it, like put my phone on, and it was like the perfect time at like a boxing match, and dude just got crazy. Anyways, that's wild because virality is something different. If you go viral for the wrong reasons, you know, this kind of plagues your life. You kind of get noticed as this for, people notice you for a while. Hey, aren't you that dude that, what?
But I tell you, watching all these people get knocked out on the internet, it opened my eyes to shit. It opened my eyes to how easy it is to get knocked out. And it's helped me, man. Like, I don't get in fights at all. I don't get in arguments. I will walk, run, skip, hide, duck. There's nothing you can say to me make me want to fight. Nothing, you know?
That's actually the best martial art move. Just self-awareness, right? De-escalation, just don't ever fight. and be so self-aware that you can dodge things before they happen. That's the best. That's the key to all martial arts, yo. Self-awareness, because you're in there learning to fight and do all this stuff. Self-awareness. Even though he's joking, he's actually spitting a gem.
Even when I go with my guys, man, I got my guys that open up for me, and then my road manager, Brad. Every time we go out, before we hit a club or something, they be asking me, hey, Gary, man, shit pops off now. You got our back? I was like, I don't. No, I don't. Better find the exit, run. I'm out, man. Shit, walk away.
That's crazy.
And every time I go to the city, man, I always be getting messages with people like, hey, man, you need a bodyguard when you in town, need security. And every time I go to these people's pages, always big, swole, muscle-bound motherfuckers trying to be my bodyguards, And let me tell you something. If I ever get to the point where I feel like I need a bodyguard just to go out and hang out, I ain't hiring some big, swole motherfucker. No. You want to be my bodyguard? I'm asking you one question. How fast are you? You got to be faster than me, because if shit pops off, you got to be at the car before I am, I can't be over here waiting on your swole ass. Come on, man, they shooting. Come on, man, they shooting. All right, Gary, here it comes.
The funniest thing, though, with this, man, it's crazy because I'm struggling laughing because this is so real. This is like the life I've lived. I was a concert promoter at one time. No, I still throw concerts, but a club promoter at one time. I went to the club, lived the club lifestyle for many years of my life. And it is so interesting as I've grown up and matured. I've never in my life heard of a fight or a shootout at an elegant restaurant. Like, now I engage in fine dining. Not in a million years. I haven't even heard an argument in a fine dining restaurant, let alone a ballroom or an elegant spot. Never. But growing up, arguments, girls fighting, dudes fighting, stabbing, shootings, blah. So it's just kind of really where you place yourself too. And people, well, it's fun. Now, there are places that a lot of people go that stuff happens. Baseball games, football games, soccer games, even martial arts tournaments. MMA events, people start fighting in the stands. People fight at kids' high school basketball games. Now you saw that Carmelo kid in Austin Metcalf, dude shanked the young kid at a track meet. So you can't avoid it as much now. But if we're talking about club and environmental settings, bro, just don't go to the average. I get it. Fine dining can get expensive, and that elegant. That's why, it's just funny how insulated people with money are from this shenanigans. It's really interesting. All these people know. That's why they laughing. They all been in the same position I've been in, where you're like, bruh.
Honestly, all the years I've been doing stand-up, over 20 years, right? There's only been one time in my entire comedy career where I felt like I was gonna get my ass kicked after a show. I almost did. I'll never forget. It was just a couple years ago. I was in Detroit, Michigan. It was after my show. We had a little after party. And I don't know what this dude thought I said to him, and I didn't say nothing to him, but he had me hemmed up against the wall, and I had nowhere to go. And I was like, fuck, how am I gonna get out of this shit, right? And this is how I got out of the fight. All I did was I put my hands up, I stopped making eye contact with the dude, and I just started agreeing with him. Whatever he said, I just went with it, He's like, hey, man, I'm about to beat your ass. I was like, yeah, you probably will. Hey, man, you acting like you scared right now. Ain't nobody acting. Man, what the fuck is you looking at? Not you, bro. I got out of it, right? So the fight didn't happen, but I backed down. I did. I'll be the first man to back down. So the next morning, I'm in my hotel room, right? It's about 9 a.m. My road manager, Brad, comes to my room. He's like, Gary, what happened last night? I was like, no, man, that dude tried to start a fight me. I told you I ain't fighting nobody. He goes, Gary, can I be honest with you right now? I said, yeah, what's up? He goes, you kind of looked like a pussy last night. I said, what do you mean I look like a pussy? He goes, I'm just saying, man, you backed down in front of everybody. You kind of look like a pussy. I said, well, who exactly did I look like a pussy to? He goes, everybody that was in that club. I go, well, who's in the club? He goes, I don't know. I go, exactly. I don't give a fuck about some strange motherfuckers. I'm leaving in 3 hours. Shit. Now.
Bro, I wish more people thought about this. I think for me, dabbling in the street life when I was young, being a martial artist, understanding the toll of violence, your ego feeds into this shit, right? And the time I'm not going to back down is when my family, Like if my family is like, oh shit, they on the, you know what I mean? No. But essentially getting out of there and living to see another day, I don't understand why our ego blocks that so quickly. You know what I mean? This is funny, bro. He's putting it in a funny way, but there's so many real jewels being expressed here. Like waking up the next day, breathing a fresh air, seeing your family is way more important than you knocking someone out, them knocking you out, potentially you catching a case, them catching a case, or losing a life. It's never worth it. We don't live in the medieval times where everything is a battle over land and food and the next day you wake up, you hug your kids, you get to go get groceries, see a little movie, do your thing, you know? And I just love, like, I know this is a lot of people in my demographic would say he's a bitch made. Oh, Dad, you test me, son. Blah. But reality, a lot of those people aren't living anymore or in jail, you know, or dealing with mad traumatic stuff in their brain from doing something, you know, vile. Just is what it is. Anyways, he's spitting right here. It's so funny because it's hard for me to believe I'm actually agreeing with this stance. But after all these years of just trying to be, you know, whatever, I'm like, damn, who gives a fuck? Even if it's your homies think you're on some bit shit, you're just like, I'm alive, bro. I didn't break my hand. I didn't get hurt. I'm alive. My family gets to see me another day. What's more important than that? This is not a war. This is not for land. This is not to protect my family. This is just an ego altercation in a club. This MFer stepped on a Jordan. This MFer was, you know what I'm saying? Bro.
Now, my flight left Detroit at noon. At 4 p.m., I was safe and sound back at my own house. I was no longer state of Michigan. I was no longer state of Detroit. That's when I got on my Instagram page. I was like, oh, shit. Somebody almost got these hands last night. They're lucky I was feeling generous and shit. Hashtag doing what I do. Fuck 'em, you know? I have motherfuckers on my page making comments, motherfucker, I was there, you back down. Delete, not on my page, you wasn't shit. Better take that shit to your page. On my page, some of us got these hands, shit. It was jazz hands, but still, fuck it. Fuck that.
Bro, I love comedy. That made my day. Dude, I love Gary Owen's comedy, man. If you didn't get that joke where he said the Instagram, just doing what I do, go to my reaction to Gary Owen on my channel about the Instagram alter ego. It's hilarious. He just talks about how he's like, hell yeah, I do fake shit on Instagram, just like Bow Wow. Like, it's freaking hilarious. Anyway, this dude's amazing. I love it. I love Gary. Shout out to him. He's spitting bars too. Let me know.
City boy, city boy.